Hi there, welcome back to Vondel Pete. Now, I've never been someone who really enjoys debating and arguing, I've got to admit. And I think partially it's because I'm not very good at it. I did once, however, get into a debate with someone. I was at a 21st birthday when I was in my mid-30s, which sounds weird. It was my cousin, okay? And she's an ENFP. And her older ENFP brother, who's my cousin, who's been on this YouTube channel, he was there. So basically we were at this party and my ENFP female cousin, she told me that one of her friends was a flat earther. He was this bearded guy, he was a barber, and he was looking a little bit disagreeable, just, frowning and sitting by himself. And she's like, oh, he's a flat earther, you should debate him. Or maybe she said you should talk to him, I can't remember, but I drunk quite a lot this night, so I actually did approach this stranger and I said, hey mate, I hear that you're a flat earther. And of course he's like, yeah, what about it? And I said, oh, please tell me your theories about flat earth. Like, why do you think that the earth is flat? And he basically doubled down and said, because it is. There's no proof that the world's not flat. And it was one of those situations where I am this hapless, naive INFP debating. This guy gave very NT vibes. I don't know what his personality type was. I shouldn't really judge. But he was looking like very self-righteous, and he was looking at me like I'm an idiot for, daring to debate him. And I guess I was a bit of an idiot. I didn't have any good logical arguments about why the earth is round. And it's very INFP of me, I think, as well, to have that sort of conceit, to think that without any basis, I believe the world's round. But what I did say to him, because I was actually quite open to his ideas, and I said, look, you're not wrong. I agree with you that the earth could be flat. But I said to him, like, I've traveled to Europe and back, and I said that, I think, I can't remember, I did one of those really lame arguments about why the world is round. Like, I guess I was talking about different time zones maybe, or I was talking about different weather patterns, or something that at least to me indicated that the world could be round. And he sort of said that there's nothing, he said that he doesn't believe, oh yeah, that's right, I told him that I had traveled to the country of Belarus. Now keep in mind I'm very drunk, so I'm like, well, I went to Belarus and I just came back. So what have you got to say to that? And he's like, well, I've never heard of Belarus. And I told him, well, I went to the town of Vitebsk, I went to the town of Minsk, I went to the town of Brest. And he said, well, I've never heard of these places, and so I don't know if you're telling the truth here. And he was winning the argument. He was winning the debate pretty bad. But apparently what I was doing, apparently according to my cousin who was watching and enjoying watching me debate, and also I should point out, like, I was talking to him and I kept telling him, like, I went to Belarus, how do you explain that? And apparently I fell over while arguing. I'd drunk so much alcohol that I fell over and I got up. I feel like it doesn't help your argument if you fall over in the middle of arguing a point. But at any rate, I kept telling him about this restaurant. I was like, look, here's what you don't understand, mate. I said to this flat earther, I said that when I was in Belarus, I told him how when I was in the city of Minsk, the hospitality was really bad. And because I was in Minsk for like 2 weeks, I started going to this Uzbek restaurant like all the time because they were really friendly. And I kept telling the flat earther, like, they were really friendly. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't prove that the world's not flat. And I was like, yeah, but the food was really good. And I described to him like how nice the spices were on the lamb that I was eating. And he didn't really have any comeback to that. It was pretty good. It was like, you need to try this one restaurant. If you tried this restaurant, you would believe that the world was round. And I apparently won this argument. My ENFP cousin said that, like, it was actually a wonderful way to debate because there's nothing he could have said because he hadn't tried this meal. So anyway, I'll leave the video there, but basically that's an example of my debating style as an INFP. Obviously, it depends on what the topic is. If it's something like flat earthdom, I don't get too passionate about whether it's true or not. It just doesn't really bother me too much. It doesn't get under my skin. And perhaps that's because I'm an INFP personality type. The idea of whether the world's flat or not just doesn't really bother me, although I should say I'm pretty confident the world's not flat. But I'm not someone who's going to get too aggressive in an argument about that. If it's about something a little bit more about the value of individual human beings, I might get a little bit more passionate when debating about that topic. But yeah, anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments and I'll see you next time.